Greetings, welcome back to Black Bear News, where everything is connected. What's going on, guys? We're live on Rockfin. People are in the chats already in Rockfin, Urban Hermit, Laura Neufeld, Bill Gabriel. What's going on? If you haven't been apprised of the situation, Rockfin now has an early chat feature where I could set up the stream and you can get in there earlier on Rockfin and chat it up just like YouTube. So come on over to Rockfin and hang out in the early chats on Rockfin. Greetings all, lots of chatters on YouTube. Anyways, what are we getting into today? Looks like, oh my, record temperatures. In the middle of a record winter storm in the U.S. and a record cold situation, what we have on the other side of that, or conversely, is record warm. That's what global warming means, or that's what climate change means, is that you get these extreme weather situations, weather weirding, things that are not normal, things are outside of the range of normalcy. But generally, there's a reason for a record cold in global warming, and that's generally because there's warming somewhere else, record warming somewhere else, and that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. You know, which indicates that you have to zoom out on your viewfinder and not just talk about the area which you're in. Oh, it's record cold. Where's that global warming? Well, I don't know. If you actually look at the globe instead of where your butt is parked. More and more people are understanding this, though. It's becoming, thankfully, finally, in the late stages of abrupt climate change, or earlier stages, wherever you want to put it. It's becoming finally apparent to a lot of people that, this is what happens. This is from extreme temperatures around the world. I like this Twitter feed. European warm spell. This is from today. This is Austria today, 22nd of February. Monthly record highs, new monthly record highs in Austria. So warm temperature records being set. And this from Scott Duncan. Holy smokes, Beijing, China just hit plus 25.6 C today, which is I think it's close to 80 degrees. This is a full 5.8 degrees higher or hotter than the record from 1996, and about 20 C warmer than normal for this time of year. So Beijing, China should be 20 C colder. It should be about 5.6 C. Instead, it's 25.6 C. North and South Korea also recorded their hottest February day ever. The winter heat wave is truly immense. And just showing you, I think yesterday or the day before, that there's anomalous heating in the Arctic. Anomalous heating in the Arctic. leading to a displacement of cold temperatures. So yeah, South Korea hitting 24.9 in February. In February. About 76 degrees. 76 degrees, nice spring or summer day. Unless it's February 22nd in South Korea, where it's not supposed to be 76 degrees. More warm temperatures, extreme temperatures around the world. This is also from today. European warm spell in Germany. Hashtag Germany. Dozens of monthly records shattered again today, February 22nd, some of which were set yesterday. Previously, last February 2020, like Hamburg with its first ever 20C ever recorded in February. First ever. Don't call it an anomaly. Mount Brocken, which data starts in 1896, also broke its record. This is what it's looking like in Germany. Getting into the 20 degrees Celsius. Unheard of in February. So how's that global warming doing? All right, we got 15 on Rockfin. Let's get more on Rockfin. Irk1, Osama, number 5, Turkish BBN fan. Raza, Firecracker Staley. Ryan Gorman. All also hanging out on the Rockfins. G. Demarest says, my son is having a lovely time with the weather in Holland. Skated on the canals 1 week ago and now t-shirts and shorts. Well, I'm sure it's, I'm sure it's very nice, right? I'm sure people are like, yes, feels good. Except for when it feels bad. What's up? I'm Sweet Leaf. How you doing? Good to see you. Let's move on. And of course, these higher temperatures in places where it's not supposed to be warm. I showed you something Osama sent me that we were getting a serious dip in sea ice. And this is from 2 days ago or a couple days ago, 3 days ago. Christopher Cartwright tweets out, no maps again for the poles. No maps. What? As soon as data showed Arctic melting 2 days ago, data disappeared. It's difficult to believe. It's a coincidence. Sadly, we face a new problem. Leaders trying to hide the severity of the problem. Samuel Hayes tweets, we're just missing data due to scheduled maintenance on one of the air bases that downloads the DMSP data. which the NSIDC use in their sea ice products. Christopher Cartwright tweets back. He basically was saying, stop your conspiracy theories. Christopher Cartwright tweeted back, here's the update for Mauna Loa CO2 readings. Apparently it's not specific to sea ice readings in the Arctic. Just happens coincidentally to be happening also to the Mauna Loa CO2 reading on website February 12th, 417, then unavailable. Because, oh my God, in February 417, we haven't even hit the peak yet. So, again, one more time for the people in the back or the people who aren't paying attention or the people who are new to the show. The conspiracy is not that climate change is a hoax. The conspiracy is it's much, much worse than they are telling you. The conspiracy is that they are trying not to tell you how bad it is and how little time we have until some kind of serious repercussions from climate change. That is the conspiracy, which has been ongoing for I don't know how long. As far as fossil fuel companies putting out misinformation and climate denial misinformation, and all this has been going on for decades. Basically trying to keep people, in the dark, or keep people from a clear understanding of what the likelihoods are of climate change. To confuse people, to have people running around going, no, it's a minimum, no, it's a maximum, no, it's we're going into an ice age, no, we're going to do this. Keep people super confused about what's going on so that nobody can actually get a handle on what's going on. That's the conspiracy. This tweeted out by Mike McFerrin. The first spill there will be catastrophic. There is no infrastructure or even a plan for how to clean up a major tanker spill in a sea ice environment. Russia plans to have 18 ships doing these routes year-round. Each is larger than the Exxon Valdez, or Valdez, however you want to put it. It's not if, but when. So he's retweeting this. A gas tanker and icebreaker made it from China to Yamal in the first ever transit of the Northern Sea Route in February. Do you think maybe that's because it's warmer than it should be? Confirming that year-round safe navigation is possible, Russia says. There's no multi-year ice left there. There's no multi-year ice left there. There's no multi-year ice left there. So the conspiracy is to keep you from knowing how bad it is, and or to keep you thinking, or keep people thinking this is a great thing. This is going to be awesome. There's no ice in the Arctic left. It's going to be super awesome for business. And lastly, this is from Go Green. Do not count on Mars as Planet B, no matter what NASA says. Life from Earth could survive on Mars. Finds NASA study, but only temporarily. Let's look at this. Only temporarily. As soon as you take the suit off, you're dead. Um, Life from Earth could survive on Mars, finds NASA study. Microbes associated with life on Earth survived in simulated atmosphere, similar to that. Not actually the real atmosphere. Again, a simulation is not real life. A simulation is only a simulation. A simulation is only as good as the data put into the simulation. And yeah, you can have really good data going in there. Still not real life. Still not the actual thing that you're trying to simulate. Always remember that. A simulation is not real life and never will be. And can be manipulated and or faulty in all kinds of ways. Life forms from Earth could temporarily survive on a Mars-like atmosphere, according to a new NASA study, which will help scientists to further understand the possibility of exploiting environments beyond our planet. Exploiting environments. Hold on. We haven't exploited our environment enough. We need to go exploit some other environments, guys. Yeah, heard that? The joint study by NASA and German Aerospace Center scientists tested the endurance of microorganisms after launching them into conditions similar to the red planet through balloons that floated up to high altitudes, finding that at least some of them survived. Oh, this is a different simulation. This is an actual simulation of some kind of conditions. All right, well, let me retract my statement. I was assuming this was like a computer simulation. Terrible to assume anything about anything. Anyways, so that their simulation was that they floated balloons up to high altitudes, finding that at least some of them survived the journey. All right. Well, that's more like real life, I guess. So that's fair. We successfully tested a new way of exposing bacteria and fungi to Mars-like conditions by using a scientific balloon to fly our experimental equipment up to Earth's stratosphere, said DLR's Marta Filipa Cortesao, joint lead author of the study. Published in Frontiers in Microbiology, the study picked microorganisms associated with life on Earth and launched them into the stratosphere in order to create conditions closest to those on Mars and almost impossible to recreate on Earth itself. I'm still going to hold to the fact that this simulation doesn't, they're getting close probably, but is this the same as being on Mars? Probably not. I'm sure there are other factors. Other physical factors going on, but in addition, some microbes could be invaluable for space exploration. They could help us produce food and material supplies independently from Earth, which will be crucial when far away from home, she said. The microbes were launched inside Mars BOX, or Mars Box, Microbes and Atmosphere for Radiation Survival and Biological Outcomes Experiment. That's awesome. Which was maintained at a pressure equivalent to the atmosphere of Mars and filled with an artificial atmosphere throughout the mission. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is still a simulation, which is not the same as actually being on Mars, but that's fine. The box carried 2 sample layers with the bottom layer shielded from radiation. Explained Ms. Cortesao. This allowed us to separate the effects of radiation from other tested conditions, desiccation, atmosphere, and temperature fluctuation during the flight. The top layer samples were exposed to more than 1,000 times more UV radiation than levels that can cause sunburn on our skin, she said. The study found that while not all microbes survived the trip, the black mold, Aspergillus niger, could be revived after it was brought back. So it had to be revived, this black mold. The same mold has previously been detected on the International Space Station. Okay. The research emphasizes the importance of microbes in exploring possibilities for life and human survival outside our planet. Again, human survival on our planet being of the highest importance, way higher than finding out whether microbes can live in space or on Mars. But I don't know. Maybe if there's no resuscitating or reviving life on Earth, maybe that's where we need to go. Maybe we really do need to be in space. Given that might be our only hope, Obi-Wan. I mean, Mars is in COVID lockdown, says Keith Hayes. Yes. Dan Bronner says, let's send Bezos and Musk there to truly find out. Yes. Osama says, as soon as you create a biosphere on Mars, people will destroy it. Who said people were going to Mars? Maybe we're only going to send replicants or some kind of, AI human mutants. I don't know. Maybe we'll never even send actual people to Mars. But anyways, yeah, exploiting environments. The key phrase in that article. Ryan Gorman says sea surface temp anomalies in the North Atlantic are nearly 20 Fahrenheit above normal. It's hot. Keith Hayes says Mauna Loa has been tardy releasing their readings for a few months. Laura Neufeld says, I just read Canadian dairy farmers are putting palm oil in the feed to increase production. One more reason to go vegan. Richard Monroe says it's a bigger deal to go to Mars than people think. It's a pretty big deal. Yeah. Pretty big deal, I'd say. But yeah, I mean, it's just... again, the I'm not saying the technological advancement isn't possible, or I'm not saying the probability that we could figure out how to live on Mars is probably within our grasp. It probably is. The problem is how quickly can we do that, and what happens between the time at which we can do that and life here on Earth, going the way of the dodo. Richard Monroe says, I mean, a huge task. Okay. Yeah. Indeed, a huge task. All right, guys, I'm keeping it short. Donut Empty Circle says the Mars rover looks for life on a dead planet while the Irish rover looks for death on a dying planet. I win. Okay. Salt Laker says methane bombs are the bomb. Trump wanted them to speed it up. Oh, I know. Yeah, well, yeah, he did. I mean, look, Trump may be a lot of things, but to say that Trump is always a dummy or doesn't know anything about anything is false, because he understands. He knows damn well that climate change is real. He knows damn well the reason why we would need to go to Mars. So, again, broken clock is right a couple times a day. And he has the capability of at least understanding that. So he knows, they all know. They all know. Yes, Basil Peterson, I saw that. The problem is that we just sent aircraft carriers to the Gulf and the South China Sea while we fight for student debt relief. Yes, ding. Basil Peterson, indeed. Oceanic State. Trump is boss somewhere. He's not boss now. I don't know if anybody felt like they were upset that I praised Trump for knowing anything about anything. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. Um, you know, silo your thoughts at your own peril. Um, you know, Nasmanabs, Trump doesn't think climate change is serious, but he built seawalls around his resort in Ireland because of climate change. So he knows it's serious. He just says that he's saying that for political purposes. And again, the conspiracy is not that climate change isn't real. The conspiracy is that they don't want you to know how bad it is. So that's the purpose of him saying stuff like that. It's called disinformation or propaganda. Yeah. All right, guys. I will be doing a neorealism broadcast in about 30 minutes on Rockfin exclusive. And yeah, hoping to find lithium buried in that big mountain on Mars. I'm sure a lithium mine on Mars would be super cool. You know what I mean? All right, guys. I'll see you in about 30 minutes on Rockfin. Peace.